We are back with another video, and today I'm going to be going to all of my A-League favorite teams. This is probably the first one I've been doing right now. I'm going to be taking my honest opinions. If you guys are going to take this offensive, be ready. But do feel free to comment below if you want to share like one of your favorite A-League teams. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button and comment down below if you're new to the channel. As always, we're on a road to 1K at the end of the year, and it will appreciate help me a lot to this channel. But without wasting your time, let's get straight to the video. Well, kicking things up, first of all, my first favorite team is the Western Sydney Wanderers. You know the drill. I support the Wanderers. It's always been my favorite team in the A-League. No matter what, the Asian Champions League, I love about the history behind it. And the fans, the RBB itself, they're like one of the most insane supporters groups in the entire A-League. There's no doubt that I'm a West Sydney homeboy living in my area. After 4 consecutive wins from the Wanderers last form, will we be able to march on finals and be able to go to the grand final? We'll just have to see what happens if the Wanderers can go all the way. Second favorite team that I'm going through, it is the Western United. You've probably seen their records right now. They're legit sitting on second on the ladder, which I'm definitely quite impressed on their performance from today's season. Noah Bolges has made me impress a lot, and you can definitely see the West United are making sure that they're in a healthy squad, and I can definitely see there's a lot of changing from the West United, the green and black. Last time they played, last season, they finished like at least bottom 4 or 2, if I try to remember from the past seasons. But you know what, West United, they're like the second favorite teams that I really do have respect. The fans are like no issue for me. I do heard about the Western Service crew. They haven't traveled to Sydney, as they haven't shown an appearance, but I would love to see them making their first ever appearance when they do end up making a tour of duty, if that would happen in the next couple seasons. Placing third, I've got the Macarthur Bulls. You see, the Bulls, they started the season pretty well. The process starting to go a little bit down. Luke Braden, he's been amazing so far. There's a reason why. I think the Bulls fans I have no issue with, especially I'm a Wonder supporter, and we've got rivals with the Bulls, or I should say the Bulls want to have rivals with us, but I completely have no issues with some few fans. Special mention about Thiago, if you guys know him from my live stream. He's one of my good blokes that I actually see him in the Bulls game. And that's why I really love Macarthur, and also Thiago as well, if you're watching right here. I do back up with the Macarthur fans, but you cannot see the bullpen not actually making their appearance. You know, I just have respect for them, and they don't have enough people to fill up that bay. I do say Luke Brandon is a bit of a wanker sometimes, but actually his performance is actually really doing decent. So there you go, Bulls fans, if you're watching it, and Thiago as well. So this is your fair result. For fourth place, I'm going to be picking my mid-favorites. I've got Central Coast Mariners. This is the team that I have so much respect on, even though we have a bit of a rivalries that the day after from way back. But the only reason why I really love the Central Coast, I've got some good mates and some of my subscribers that supports Mariners have really loved me to join in the Yellow Army, and I have no issues with the fans as well. Although Yellow Army isn't that really of a big supporters group, but at least they know who I am, and also they just really love me to come over to Central Coast. I really love the place as always. From a West Sydney boyhood and experiencing at the Central Coast Island, I really love the place. I really love to come back to Central Coast and visit there every time when the Mariners play whoever against with. But yeah, I really respect Central Coast and their fans as well. Fifth place I've got is Auckland FC. This is the side that they really do me impressive a lot. That I'm really surprised on how they are actually dominating the A-League. Sitting on top of the ladder, they could finish as a minor premiers, and I must say, they are absolute annihilating every single A-League side in this competition. Nathan Moreno, he's really the most dominant player in the Auckland FC, and I have so much respect for Auckland FC. Although some of them could be a little bit more arrogant on how they play. It's not only just that the fans that from the port, they really fill up the whole entire stadium, especially when it comes to New Zealand derbies. I'm just really amazed on how Auckland FC are like really the next level of being the most dominant team in the A-League's men's side. And I really love to see what the Black Knights can assure and play their best on what they can do in the next couple seasons, because right now they're clearly dominating the side. I'm so happy what they have been done for lately. The next part I'm going to be picking is Melbourne City. I have a bit of a slight moment on like when I'm just trying to be 50-50 for myself. Actually, it should have been my second favorite, but it's like way back when I really loved City because of the club. They're not really too grubbiest. Some of the players are like really chill, and the fans as well. And I have no problems with Melbourne City as always. I have like a Melbourne City scarf, which you can definitely see right here next to the Mariner scarf right there. Thanks to Sammy GFC who gave me that and earning that respect. I know Macarthur has been amazing. Coben as well, he's provided a lot and building the City squad into a whole new level. For the next one, I have got Wellington Phoenix. Phoenix is the side that I can try manhandle on how they can play. I really love the fan base names, Yellow Fever, but they do not chant. It's not like really a based ultras group, but you've got like a few Kiwi fans who's living in Australia, and then son of all, they just fill up that away bay when Wellington Phoenix play at away game, and it just shows me a lot more respect on like they just fill up the whole entire stadium. Like no away fans like you get many of them from outside Sydney's base. It's just good to like see some numbers throughout the whole entire 90th minute. Next up, I have got Newcastle Jets. The Jets are a pretty decent club that I have seen quite a lot in a few games, and if I have to be honest with it, their fan base is not that really good in my opinion. But for the fans, I have to say they're really chill. I know New Jets Football, for example, he's a young bloke that he really knew me a lot when I was making A-League videos. I got in touch with him once. The bloke is really nice and chill, and I get to meet him once. And I have to say, the Jets fans are really decent on how it goes in each and 90th minutes. In all cases, what else you gonna be making sure of what you need to do to control your emotions. But they're a team that it could be my perspective, and I have like no problems with them, no beef as always. I really enjoyed the Squadron Nova Castro. I've been into it once, and I would love to come back to it next time. Next up, we've got Adelaide United, the Reds. Now, this is really tough. Us Wanderers and United have been into a craziest game ever. Some of the players can be a little bit grubby. Fun fact, I used to hate Adelaide United since when I started supporting the Wanderers throughout the start of the season. I didn't really like Nestor Iacuna and Joe Gauchi, one of the two players I really hate back then in 22-23 season. But since then, I started to really like on how the performance really shaped up. And then currently right now, Adelaide United, it can't quite be deceiving on how I put them at least one of the few average favorites in this ranking. When it comes to like really close games, it ends up really spicy moments, and I don't really like on how United really does bit of a grubby shit stuff. I really enjoyed the Red Army's fan base supporters group. So we are in the bottom four. One of the favorites team that I really don't like it's Perth Glory. I don't really have much to say, at least from these sides. I don't really like their fan base called the Bay. It just sounds really too generic. Their record has been so bad, awfully, and that's why they're sitting on the bottom of the ladder with Brisbane Roar on the second bottom list. They really fell off, in my opinion. I just don't see like they won't be able to get enough wins in the next three seasons. They're not a team that I really don't like and not mostly been a fan of. Now I've got Brisbane Roar as my third worst teams that I don't really like. The reason why is that they don't fill up the entire stadium. Like, you got like, if I'm watching a games, Brisbane Roar on the far side where you can see the crowd full cameraed, there's no Brisbane Roar fans there. Like, what's the point? And then you've got like fans on the back as well, behind the camera, where they film the whole entire game. And that's where it just goes in opposite ways. And then you got like the half of the stadium fans just not filling the whole entire stadium, which I don't really like on how Brisbane Roar managed when it comes to home games. Jay O'Shea, he's a player that I have a lot of respect on him. But all fairness, it's just really poor on how I'm seeing Brisbane Roar, because they really fell off like today's season. Moving on to the next one, it is Melbourne Victory. Now, you know, this is something that it's gonna get a little bit spicy if Victory fans are gonna be watching this. We are huge rivals. But in all seriousness, we can all agree that we do put up a big show in that last meeting game last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever. But in all dueness, I really love the club. I really love the fan base. It's just that sometimes they really change their feelings and started to get a lot more aggressive to us as well. And that's not really something that I really enjoy about the Victory supporters. In all seriousness, I really love Victory as a club and the fan base in general. It's hard to put this Melbourne Victory side in one of the worst unfavourites teams that I really can assure. But I did watch and going to the Melbourne Victory fans just go to make videos from it. And yeah, maybe sometimes if Victory fans, if you're watching right here, just please make sure that I'm not just trying to like make a beef with you guys. I'm just like making a clear statement points from it. But hopefully you can forgive me about it. And last but not least, we got Sydney FC. One of the worst unfavourite team that I really don't like in the A-League side. I don't really love the aggression on like how they really chant about it. But I do love the Cove, like nothing else really. The fans, the players, I don't really like some few Sydney FC players that just really so grubby to us when it's Sydney derby games. Klamala, he's like fucking one of the worst players. I really don't like seeing him like doing that ton in front of the RBB, and it just really made me pissed off a little bit. And sometimes it could be getting a lot more personal from what I'm going to be getting and pointing out of view. They're just being so arrogant. Every time I go to Sydney derby games, I know there's a few of them I've witnessed. Every time the game finishes, I get robbed so many times with some Sydney FC fans from their fan base. It's just like saying, oh, like blah blah blah, dissing into the RBB and one of the Wanderers fans. And that's why I just really get pissed off sometimes. I don't really have much to say. All I'm just saying is that Sydney FC is like the team that I really don't like the most. And that puts us a wrap up in the video of all my A-League teams rankings. If you guys have your opinions, do feel free to comment below. Try not to get too personal as always. All I'm saying right now is just spitting facts and just putting some statement. It's not really personal, really. I'm just sharing my opinions. Thank you all for watching for this video, and make sure you guys subscribe as always, and catch you guys in the next video on my channel.